All right, let's round this out because I know these are like my least popular vids, but obviously I don't do this for popularity. I do it for the real meaning, man. I do it for because I have to for This film always gets ripped on, right? The blood was it the blood beast terror. I remember seeing this film. I kind of liked it. Okay, I thought the creature suit was kind of cool. This would not have been out of place in like let's say a Japanese, live action show or movie. But I thought this movie was kind of good. And that's what's that British actor? He's a punk. The guy that plays Doctor Strange. That's his mother. Mother, you know, the Blood Beast Terror. This is a Tygon film too, right? Tygon, Tyburn, like these really smaller competitors of Hammer that made some decent films. Right? So I like that he plays a copper in this, right? The inspector. Um, this movie is still better than anything Jordan Peele has made and anything he will make, Mr. Newman. They got Alan and them, chilling in some kind of Indian restaurant in London, so having fun, right? So, but everybody's, we're all getting old, right? Everybody's, who's gonna pass the torch, right? So this guy, that's the artist guy. Like, he looks. I couldn't hang with this dude. This dude, I would be like out. I would be friggin', And I don't like getting hung over anymore. But this dude is still be. It looks like he still be going on, man. So, anyway, yeah, just the reviews. Oh, I seen one of these Guillermo del Toro. You're going to see Tales of Horror, right? It's fucking. I actually saw one of these. I won't say how, and I won't say my connection, but I saw this Pickman's Model. It was decent. Period film. The accents of the people in it. They're supposed to be New Englanders, but they end up sounding like the Barry Boys. Like you want to fight? Come on, Johnny Army, right? Very bizarre. Okay, very bizarre. So the accents kind of didn't fit, but friggin' Crispin Glover's always a weirdo, and it was technically done well. Now, of course, there's one here where there's a racist Tim Blake Nelson. Look up the early life. As a Nick, a bigoted war veteran. So he's a vet, but he's a bigot. So he owes money to mobsters and seeks to pay his debts. That makes him a bad man, right? To buying repossessed storage units, which is done all the time, right? And he puts a great performance here as a racist arsehole. It's a dose of poetic EC style justice. Now, I have not seen this. It has been described to me, let's say. Unless the guy murdered somebody, I don't think he really deserves the ending that he gets. Okay, when you spend your hard-earned money to buy something, to the auctions of the many storage units you have all over. Well, why should he die? Because he doesn't want to give it back to someone who just demands it, right? I don't get that. So, anyway, and Arkham Reporter, I know, is a fan of this dude. I mean, fuck this guy. Fuck his movies too. So I don't recommend any of them. Even Pacific Rim, I should have loved it, but you know what? People, there has to be consequences, and the only consequence I can do is just not watch your damn movies and badmouth you on my videos. That's all I can do. That's all I can do. So I remember this. I remember Vigilante, Robert Forster, the great Robert Forster. Fred Williamson, right? The Hammer, Fred the Hammer Williamson. There was that other movie too, Fighting Back with Tom Skerritt. That was in Philly, but I remember this was in New York. I remember seeing this at some point. The old New York, man. Speaking of the old New York, there he is, Joe Spinell, Maniac. Right? Never thought I would miss those the old New York. Yeah, I did, right? I miss what was already falling apart, but it's always at what level was it falling apart and what time in history? That's what really a lot of the stuff is. And speaking of it, I never saw this film. Don't Open Till Christmas. This is shot in London. This crazy dude is killing all the Santas, right? And for some reason, Carolyn Monroe is as herself and they're singing in a nightclub. So, and look at the pub, look at the old pub, right? And the guy makes a good point. It's a ludicrous film. It's the grottiest, grimiest, and shabbiest British horror of all time. Hey man, that's up my alley. First, I like the classy stuff, but hey, it's set and shot in London in 1983 and has rare value as a time capsule of that vanished era. Right, right? Just like I mentioned with the old New York films. Yeah, right. You're looking at it. You look at it now. It's like another planet. I keep bringing that up. Oh, is it pining for a lost future? No, it's not. No, it's not. So, but man, the movie and when they describe the film, man, this film is crazy. I'm sure this is on there. I gotta watch it. And I like that Carolyn Monroe is herself in it because she was a singer. If you look, I think in the late '60s, like she was on like one of those kind of shows, the Top of the Pops, singing a song, and she was very young, very beautiful. But in this, she's singing as herself, and then at the end, it gets interrupted by the murder of this crazy dude killing all the Santas. Right? This is sort of a warrior of love. I gotta look that up on there. So just like I looked up the Benihana disco song from what's her name, Marilyn Chambers, which was actually a cool little song. All right, Deathline. Okay, this is another great film. A snapshot of London in the '70s. Like I like seeing. I never been to London, but London is the sister city of New York, right? To be frank, and you always have a feel of it, right? And this is shot on the underground. Of course, Gary Sherman, right? Did this. Dead and Buried is another great film. This film is so damn good, though, man. I don't care how much kvetching this guy does. I don't care how much Nixon and civil rights and the Vietnam. The anti-war movement derailed the civil rights movement, as if all these things weren't backed by the government. But whatever, it doesn't matter. We're looking at the art, and this film was great. Everything was great about it. So it almost reminded me of Giallo because you have like a guy. I believe he's American. I forgot, but he's not from there. And he's with his chick, his girlfriend, who then caught in university, right? And they get involved with this dude. But someone made a good point about it, and the class issues in it. You have a brief scene here with Christopher Lee where he's a rather effeminate MI5 guy, right? Strutting Villiers, right? And he's sort of he has a little moment here with Donald Pleasance, who's essentially like a Cockney police inspector. He's fucking great in this too. And they have a little scene where it's like they're having a little class spot. But I like the idea. I will say Guy Sherman made a good point. This is the hero of the film. You know what he is. Okay. Now you know the story of this. Right? This guy is a descendant of. When they were making the subway, the underground, back in the Victorian era, some of the workers were trapped in the mines, and there was some female workers. And of course, it was too expensive to dig out these working class lowlifes. So they let them essentially die, but they didn't die. They survived and had children. So the guy doesn't know language. The only English he speaks is what he hears over the loudspeakers in the subway. Mind the doors, right? So, very brutally violent too. But like I said, you sort of really feel bad for this guy. So, and like I said, Pleasance is a hoot. And it's interesting that this film was sort of cut to pieces. They dubbed Donald Pleasance. Why would you do that? And look at these look at these cool posters. I've never seen some of these posters. Yeah, there's some good violent scenes here. And this dude in the beginning, this actor, whenever you see him, he always plays like a very different role. He's sort of like a kind of a stuffy bank man here. Although it's alluded that he's going to some saucy places, right? In Lost Continent, he's like a two-fisted action hero. So in Blood from the Mummy's Tomb, he's like a sadistic gay orderly in an insane asylum. So I like to see what other stuff he was in, but like this is what an actor is supposed to do. I keep saying. Right? Yeah, there was some good scenes. Anyway, I can't go over Deathline enough. So, and he is talented. Dead and Buried is also brilliant. Very brilliant film. Very Lovecraftian. So, whatever. He can say what he wants. The guy had talent. So, and pretty much that's it. This is the best movie here. Is this one right here? Yeah, look at that new cover. Damn, they keep pushing these new formats. Wolf at the Door. Real quick, shout out to Alan Scouser, right? He's a guy from Liverpool. Doesn't like these films. Didn't like it. No, don't like it. Nah. It's about boring. I couldn't see the monster. I know. I fucking love that accent, man. If I was British, if I wasn't a Cockney, I'd have to be a Liverpudlian. So, but Alan Scouser, man, real good bloke, man. He doesn't like the woke stuff either. So, and he goes at it. You know, it's funny too because wherever he lives, you could hear loud motorcycles go by, and he always has something to say about that, right? With these motorbikes, right? But yeah, he didn't. He said this film was bad, so I take his word from it. Great. I'm gonna link to his channel, man. Check him out, man. Great dude, man. Great bloke. And that's the Darkside. Whoa. Yeah. Another great issue, man. It's just, I mean, geez, this thing has to make up for so many of the other ones that come out that's not even funny. And this is the next issue, which I have. I'm running behind on the Darkside. So, and Uncle Jess, Jesus Franco. I need to go over that. This film, real quick. Look, 1848, the years of all the revolutions that happened in 1848. And this is the one in Italy, right? Dario Argento, a historical comedy film. I mean, I gotta see this, man. I gotta see this. Anyway, the Darkside. You know, do I have to say it's recommended? I don't even have to say that to you.